office and I was told I could have the mic to speak. And then I was lied to because I came prepared to speak, and instead, you wouldn't let anybody speak. You handed out, 30 cards? Well, I got news for you. That you and your cronies in the government do this kind of stuff all the time. Well, I don't care how damn crooked you are. I'm not a lobbyist with all kind of money to stuff in your pocket so that you can cheat the citizens of this country.
Let's focus on those minor problems. Let's focus on tort reform. Let's focus on helping people carry their coverage over to a new job. But leave us alone. That's all we would ask. Would you leave us alone?
I don't believe this is just about health care. It's not about TARP. It's not about left and right. This is about the systematic dismantling of this country. I'm only 35 years old. I have never been interested in politics. You have awakened the sleeping giant. We are tired of this.
And taking our kids' future and driving it right into the toilet. We cannot afford this. Period. Keep the government out of it. We're doing just fine. Thank you, sir.
One is, Obama talks about $600 billion. The Congressional Budget Office talks about $1.1 trillion. I have spent 40 years in government, and I've never seen a program come in at the right price and stay at that price.
And, sir, if I want to spread my wealth around, it will be to my children, grandchildren, to my community, to my church of my choosing. I do not think the government has the right to do that. I would think, I have to brush up on my Constitution, but I would think that's unconstitutional. I know definitely it's un-American.
When I was elected to public office, I agreed to support and defend the Constitution. And I've always tried to do that. I'm an American. My family came over here over 300 years ago. They came for liberty and freedom. Now our liberty and freedoms are eroding constantly.
You say President Obama will not allow the health care plan to add any deficit, and yet the initial cost is over $1 trillion for a down payment. Who is going to pay for this bill?
What it says is, as a 74-year-old man, if you develop cancer, we're pretty much going to write you off because you're no longer a working citizen who will be paying taxes.
My question relates to page 425 of the bill, which, according to my interpretation, requires seniors, folks like us, Senator, to have mandatory counseling every 5 years for dying with dignity. That's kind of scary. I'm still a very healthy, active, working marketing professional and teacher. I'm not in my twilight, and I think you would agree with that. So I'm offended by this required counseling. I'd like to hear your views on that issue.